as someone who enjoys, you know, these things, I want to introduce you the good things that I enjoy, such as this really cool anime that's like, and by the way, these comics, our podcasts are not for kids, right? So it's when we go in, we always say in you know, in the setup for YouTube, it's not for kids, so we can play, you know, more mature content on here and trailers and stuff. So this is, I want to basically, Dark Gathering is based on a manga by, let me just grab this here, I've forgotten who it's by. Hiroshi Ikehata is the gosh, it's Hiroshi Ikehata is the director of it. Let me see who's the, let's pop it up and find out who's the actual, you know, writer creator of the manga it's based on. So Dark Gathering, we'll get to the, you know, we'll get to the trailer soon. Is that Kenichi? Yeah, Kenichi Kondo, right? So he's the creator of this show. So let's have a watch, right?
僕は霊媒体質だ。中学の時に霊障を受けたことがある。
また同じ学校に通えるよ。改めてこれからよろしくね。いとこのほおずきやよいちゃん。
今日からやよいちゃんを担当することになった玄東賀慶太郎です。
慶太郎先生。
This is not for the faint-hearted. This anime or some manga.
僕家庭教師できたんだよ。
Right.
これが僕と彼女の出会いだった。
大丈夫。ここから先は私の役目。成仏もせずに人を襲う執念もたたえて
Full-on horror. One of the most
冷めることのない無
recent
限の
top
夢を
horror animes
見
around.
せてあげる。
歩み寄るほどに目指しているまともから遠ざかる気がする。僕はこれからやっていけるのか。
ゲットだぜ。
It's a really critical thing. Right? So you've got three of the main, you know, characters. Let me just see here. Here we go. So you got Kenichi, who's a dude, right? Who's got years ago, like Aiko here, Aiko, and the you know, the red hair, orange red hair, is his girlfriend. So when a few years back, the story is that like they were attacked by some spiritual being, and like whatever happened, he is able to see them now, right? And so because he caused harm to Aiko because of that spiritual thing, a ghost, whatever situation, the supernatural situation, he cut himself off, right? He locked himself away from people. And so now he's, you know, there is, gosh, I can't remember. I have trouble with remembering things, man. I wish, you know, I didn't have the problem, but too many head injuries, right? 6 or 7. It's like really messes thing. So Io, right? Which is the cute little girl, right? So that you see in here, right? So the cute little girl, Io, let me just pop over to the IMDb. You'll be able to see the characters I'm trying to talk about here. So this is Io, or Yayo, Yayoi, right? She has a friggin' she's like the creepy child who's got supernatural powers. And so this story is freaking, you know, horror manga turned up to about 50 or like over 150, right? It's just a full-on in your face. You're like, you know, creepy because it's got horror, ghosts. They're not pulling any punches. The writer's amazing, right? you know, Kenichi Kondo, right? And so why she's this way is because her mum, right? They tell you right at the start, first episode, right? That the mum, her mother basically was an accident, and this powerful supernatural being stole the mother's ghost of soul before she could go up to heaven, right? And because of the car accident. And now she wants to free her mum from that supernatural being. And so she gets help from Kenichi, who's the dude, right? Who's able to see them, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with these freaking ghosts and crap, right? He is terrified. He's like, you know, because he's seen what they can do, and he just doesn't want to mess with it. But Aiko is the older cousin of friggin' Yayoi, right? So the mum is her auntie, and so once the mum dies, Yayo comes and stays. You know, I can't say the name right. Sorry, for little kid, right? Little kid comes and stays with Aiko, and then you know, it's just a terrific little horror anime, man. Like you will not regret seeing it because it's that good. And I'm like, you know, I'm really caught up, right? Because it's like it's one of my favorites. I'm watching it like subtitled because I can't be bothered waiting for like dub or whatever, and because it's that good, you know. It reminds me of another anime that isn't as horrific, right? That isn't as creepy, which is I think it was like Shadow. I think it was called Shadow. Uh, I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. Hey, sorry, bud. I mean, I will make sure that something's, you know, maybe there was some, like, you know, when I was trying to fix crap, maybe yesterday I pushed the wrong button. Apologies if it's my fault there, man. I really apologize for that. I don't, yeah. It's like there was so much trying to fix yesterday's mutation, you know, mutant, whatever, mutantness, that I just, you know, I apologize, Ross. Now, yeah, so let me find this. I can't remember if it's called Eminence or something. And it was something that was talking about with Nicole Kane the other day, you know, on our Friday night show, Kiwis and comic books, that we invite people, you know, Kiwis to and Aussies to do like a panel thing. So I think it's Shadow. It's got to do something with like I always forget the friggin' name of it. It's like I hate it because I like it so much, but I always forget the name of it. It's about a courtesan, right? It's like the emperor's wives, right? You know, concubines and stuff and so on. But she's like a supernatural person, you know, and she can like you know, deals with supernatural elements and stuff. So what I want to do is I'm going to pop over because I just remembered where I've got the link for it straight away. It's in my friggin' Facebook page where I sent it off, you know, a messenger, where I told Nicole, this is the one I was telling you about, right? So let me just grab that and make it a life easy on myself and on you guys waiting around. So where are you? I go, here it is, Nicole. This is what I was trying to tell you about the other day. And yeah, there we go. Brain is working. Right? So this is like the reason I probably almost always forget also is because there's a freaking, you know, on IMDb, no matter what you write in, right, it'll come up with this, like the Raven Consort, right? The Raven Consort. So let's go and watch that because I love supernatural, you know, stuff, you know, angels, demon, ghosts, you know, because I'm a horror, you know, I love horror comics, you know, I'm writing horror comics and, you know, try to novelize one of my horror comics as well. So this is, yeah, Raven of the Inner Palace, right? If I remember right, I actually did a, you know, put a for the trailer because that's how much I thought this was really cool. This is how cool it was. And let me just grab that trailer for us. Where are you, buddy? There we go. Raven of the Inner Palace, right? So here we go. So, like I said, if you guys enjoy supernatural stuff, you know, and horror, ghost stories, and you know, yeah, cheers, Ross. Hopefully, you know, hopefully it's, you know, if it's not on my end, I'll look into it. But I mean, if it is on my end, I'll look into it. So, Raven of the Inner Palace, right, is another cool little supernatural anime, right? Or even, you know, because this one is not based in Japan. It's a Japanese anime, right? But it isn't based in Japan. It's actually based in China, right? At the time of the emperor. And it's like, it tells you, it shows you the inner workings of the emperor's, you know, courtesans, the concubines, the slaves, talks about the servants, you know. There's a really cool, talking about slaves, there's a really cool brand new anime that's just come out. It's about where there's something to do with like with medicine, right? I'll find that for you in a soon. But like, well, let's watch this because this is pretty cool. You know, if I remember, I've got this as a English sub. Hopefully that's English sub.
そなたがウヒか。
帝が何用だ。
無礼な。頼まれれば何でも受けよう。それがそなたの役目だと聞いている。
代償を払えぬ頼み事は受けはせぬ。
No.
ウヒは不老不死の女性か勇気かと言われているが、そなたは人だ。そうだろう。まだ名を聞いていなかった。なんという。
呪説。
It's like a very cute,
呪説か。良い名だ。
you know, relationship between the emperor and this concubine, right? Like the mistress, consort, like It's a totally opposite of the friggin' other one. But I love them both, right?
呪説は何を調べているの？
お主は何故あの勇気に心を砕くのだ。
不憫であろう。
人の死も高級では娯楽なのだな。
ウヒとは何者なのですか。ウヒの不思議な術に傾倒していた皇帝たちは、その力を独占するため皇宮に囲み、特別に妃に位を与えた。それがウヒだ。
一人で生きよう。ウヒは何も望んではならぬ。
So it's a very kind of like a romantic stuff with supernatural elements, but it also has some mythology involved and gives you a good idea, like I said, of like the inner workings of the, you know, the emperor's court in Chinese. I'm not even going to say what year that is because, you know, I'll get it wrong. But the way it starts is sorry, that was the wrong one. So here it is, right? So the Raven consort is a special consort living deep in the palace. Shows man, I'm gonna get, you know, Shoji has the ability to use mysterious arts and will accept any favor asked of her, whether it is to find something lost or to curse someone to death, right? So she, you know, she's like this person, like that anybody that was like her with white hair, they were basically killed, you know, like hunted, and like they're these special like sort of like beings, right? That they're able to basically, you know, see supernatural things, and so anybody, normal person, would be fearful of them because of the power. So so they basically hunted down just almost everybody that had these unique gifts and stuff, and anybody like who was like had the white hair, you know, you were marked for death. You know, like they would kill you in the street. So that, you know, so you get to see how you know, kind of like communism works right now, right? where like you can't speak up, you have no rights, because those in charge, can get rid of you, right? Which is happening normally right now. So, but like I said, like it's totally different to the Dark Gathering, where you got a young girl, 12-year-old girl with supernatural powers, and then you got a 18-year-old, like 20-year-old, right? Because the older ones are like, they look young, but they're actually 20. They're out of college, they're out of, they're in the workforce. So now you got someone who's actually, there for, as a consort to the emperor, and is able to, kind of like, help people who are having things. So like if somebody's cursed, she'll go to find out and stuff. So it's totally different element, but they're both horror and they're both supernatural. But one has this really like romantic element to it, whereas the other one has a freaking blood-curdling horror element to it. Yeah, they're both supernatural, right? So it's quite a fun. It's enjoyable. Like I really enjoyed both of them, and that's the thing about me, right? So I mean, you might say like, you're into this, you always talk about horror and stuff, but I do enjoy, it's the softer side of things as well. I do like to just sit down and watch, and not like everybody has different likes and dislikes, right? So even at 50, I can enjoy a nice little, romantic anime about supernatural stuff that's got to do with the Emperor of China, right, and his consort. Or I can just turn around and watch, a horror, blood curdling, friggin' creepy out as friggin' anime about a young 12-year-old who's hunting down friggin' ghosts because she's friggin' she's learned how to be a powerful witch, almost like a witch spiritualist, right? But they're really good, they're really cool. Like both of them, the Raven Consort and Dark Gathering, they're really good animes if you like horror, which I do. So if you're into horror, if you like those elements, they're really good watching. But you also get to learn about like China, right? What was it like in those old days in China? Everybody goes, oh, the dude had 100 wives or so much, or 50 wives. What were they doing? What was it like life for them in that little, camp as such, So, but it's got some amazing artwork, that's what I kind of like. I like seeing things that are like more what I don't create, in the sense that I like manga because I don't know what Asia is like, and I enjoy seeing all the different things, like watching Shinjuku, watching the countryside of Tokyo, and so much so that like we've just done a manga that's we're going to be releasing next year. The first part of it's like a 3-part issue, but it's called The Tortoise, so it's like a 30-40 page first issue, and we just got to finish off the horror, 3 pages of horror that's going to be in that we haven't put in yet, and that's why we haven't released a book. And so I try to get inspiration and enjoyment wherever I can. So I just tend to watch more anime and cartoons, like Family Guy and stuff, because it takes me away from what I'm writing, because I don't want to create the same things that I'm writing that everybody's already watching. I want to do something different, something interesting, right? And that's just part and parcel of being a creator. You want to do something original. You don't want to rehearse the same stories because it's boring. It's like the 15th time you have a crossover in a year. Another world war, universe war and stuff.